today.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Beat This Game. Today, we are doing Super Seed. This game is a little bit sweet for me because it's kind of redemption, because my second episode I did Contra, and it probably wasn't the best run to do, but I did it anyways. This is much better. Super Seed, what can I tell you about this game? This is one of those games I had when I was a child, played for a long time. And I thoroughly enjoy. I think I would even go as far as saying that this game is better than the original. And of course that's debatable. It definitely is. It's probably easier in some aspects than the first one, because I believe the game, at least to me, the game feels a lot shorter, or at least it's a lot easier to play. But I think this one's more fun than the first one. So I don't know. That's kind of hit or miss. I'm missing a bunch of shit to talk about right here. This first level, you get two, there's two of the, I don't know what they are, the medals that will clear the stage, and if you kind of were watching me earlier, you can see where I timed them to take out enemies, ideally. As with most of the stuff in here, spread is pretty much your best gun. However, there are some parts where not having the spread would actually help you out, and we'll kind of try to talk to those as we get there. It's the first boss, pretty easy. If you can't get past the first boss, you're not really going to get very far in the game. So that's about all I got to tell you about that. This is a weird game. I haven't really quite figured out that section there. Sometimes, depending on how fast you kill guys or what guys are on the screen when you get into the last boss section, sometimes guys spawn on left to right, sometimes they don't. I'm not sure really what triggers that yet. Alright, second stage here. You can kind of speed your way through this too, just by a little bit of memorization. The second one being spread right here, you get it again. And just lay right into these tanks here. There you go, a little extra life. You got two tanks coming up, same situation as you did last time, just keep hitting them. Now the section coming up after this, you're gonna have two sets of, actually might have been three sets of guys that are left and right there, and if you stand perfectly in the center, you won't have to alter course or anything. You can just keep going straight forward, but it has to be perfect to go right through the two of them so that their bullets pass right through you. This section again, you could run past both of those turret towers, but then again, like I said, it's sometimes just easy to take them out. There's another use of that stage clearing thing. There's like the second one group, and this will be the third right here. You can see if you get in the middle, you just run right by them. This is another section. You can kind of you hit left or right there, and you make sure you're in the center, and you can pass that one bullet and just go straight through the middle here. There's an easier way to do this guy than what I'm doing, but I'm not too confident with it, so I didn't do it. You can basically, at the beginning of this, the start of the boss, you can go up to the left side and just fire right into him with your gun pointed right. And as long as you time it correctly and you can shoot enough shots, you should be able to take him out without having to worry about what I just did. But it depends on which style you're going for here. That's more of like a speedrun type situation. Level 3. Not too much to say about this one. It's pretty easy. As long as you keep shooting, you'll be fine. You get the two little red guys that come out of the trees. They're the only real big surprises in this whole level. Again, right here, there's another stage clearing metal thing, whatever, and you can use it to take out that one. If you timed it correctly, you could probably get it in the middle there and take both of those ground turrets out, but again, I didn't. Most of the stuff, like the ground turrets and like the men that lay on the floor, you can time them so that you can jump over them, which could save you some time if you were trying to run this game. Here, same thing. Just kind of keep shooting forward, let the spread go as wide as it can so it can catch those two red guys, and you can keep moving straight forward without it even affecting you. And just keep shooting up in the trees. You get guys to the left and right. There'll be another red guy right here. Just keep straight forward and shooting and take him out. And then we're coming up here to the mini boss stage. This guy's pretty famous. I guess everyone's gotten to him before. Gets all the way to the left and keep firing. You can take him right out. There's probably an easier way to get right on top of him, and keep firing into him, but I've never learned how to do it, so just do it this way. Pretty much if you time it right there, even if he does stop short, when he's coming back to the left side, you can, as long as you keep firing at him, you can pretty much take him out. This part, the best way to get through this is a little bit of memorization. Just kind of look at where this falls in. I don't think there's anything particular in those item boxes that really help you out, so probably not really worth getting. That third one right there, you actually have to trigger it by either stepping on it or getting extremely close on it. So make sure you realize that. Sometimes when you're on those and they're going down, it's hard to get off. This boss, pretty easy. You want to get right there where I'm at so you can hit 2 shots on the spread there, and so you can get to the middle guy. If you're fast enough, you should be able to get it after the second one right here. This one will die, and then you can keep firing in and you should beat it. And there you go. I think there's a little easier way to do it if you had fire, but I've never really messed with fire. I'm not the best with fire just because of the pattern which it shoots, but it definitely is useful later. So you could probably use either or there. As far as this compares to like speed runs and stuff, I think I've seen some guys do it around between like 13 and 14 minutes for speed running. And again, that's a totally different type of gameplay if you're going to be doing that. I believe I finished this one in somewhere like 1930. So I definitely didn't do real well if I was going to be speed running, but yet again, I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to get through it. You have to trigger that top ceiling right there, so make sure you're out of the way. If those fall down, they can kill you. Always go left. You can go right up that side, but it's a little harder to get that whatever that sentinel power or whatever. So I recommend going left side. It's a lot easier. You want to get the rapid over here. Something to note as well too, if you have the spread weapon, or if you have rapid fire with like a machine gun or whatnot, and you get the spread weapon, you will lose it once you get spread. So it's unlike Contra, where if you had rapid and then you have spread, you'll keep rapid fire spread. This one, if you have rapid and you get spread, you lose the rapid, so you'll have to get it again. And rapid on this is definitely good, because if you're in like boss fights or whatever, it allows you to kind of pick up your speed a little bit as far as shooting, and makes them easier to go through. Nothing really to say too much about here. Again, this is all kind of like memorization on this part, or just quick reflexes, whichever one works best for you. I try not to hit those items just because I don't want to deal with possibly falling into them and getting something other than the spread gun here. But you can do that if you want. These bubbles are probably the most difficult section of this stage, and they're not really that difficult. Here, you just kind of have to take these out as best you can. There's an easier way to do. If you shoot and fire in the air while you're jumping, you can get a lot more shots off, and you can take this thing down faster. Again, I did not use that method, so I wasn't really going for that. But this is pretty easy. Just make sure you make a hole, and then you can stay out of there. That was a little glitch right there that I found. I don't know if it's a glitch, but if you get that thing to where it's all the way to the right like it was right there, and you kill it, the explosions kind of get mistimed and whatnot. So I don't know if it's really anything interesting, but I thought it was kind of fun. This section, if you know with the proper jumps, you can get up here pretty damn quick. There's going to be 2 tanks there, and you jump up to kind of trigger them. Or I guess not tanks, but well, yeah, tanks. Never mind. And there you got the 2 turrets here. Just watch out as you're going up. You either have rocks or you'll have men on those like cliffs above you, and they can kill you pretty quick. Here's a section where you can kind of do some pretty quick jumps to pass through the levels here. Again, just watch your speed as you're going up. About ready to get to the rock part here. Once you take them out, they do not respawn, but there are a few of them, so. Not too much else to say about this section. You're just going to have some random spawning of enemies here. Just make sure you take them out as soon as you see them on the screen. You don't want them to come back later and get you in the ass. Those turrets that come out of the ground, you can jump over them. It's all just a matter of timing. I usually try to take out the first one because you'll have men that will drop behind you. That one, it's really easy to go ahead and do the jump over. Save you a little time. As long as you have spread, this should be a pretty easy walkthrough too. You can just kind of take out the enemies at the bottom and continue to shoot up at them. Or if you want to be fancy, you can kind of dodge them all by jumping. Again, since I wasn't going for any like speed run or anything, I pretty much kind of played it safe and shot him when they were down there, or his projectiles were on the floor. No, level 6, I believe. Yeah, this is 6. Sorry, I lose track of these. This stage is, the boss is really easy. The enemies on the stage are pretty easy. Again, as long as you have the right weapon. There's only one section here that I think is really tough, and it's this one right here, because these damn mouths kind of spawn in a pretty unpredictable pattern. And I think this is one of the only sections where if you get an unlucky break, you can spawn right below you, and there's really not too much you can do. So just kind of keep shooting and moving. That's the best thing I can say for you, and try to, you know, if you see mouths coming up on one side or the other, just kind of keep your distance. This section I kind of did in the hard way. I found out after doing this playthrough that if you stay all the way to the left side and just stay in a consistent pattern and don't kill any of these things, you can walk straight through and they'll all miss you. Of course, I did not find this out till afterwards, but that would have made that section easier. Otherwise, you can just use spread and kind of work your way through right there, as I did. This boss is extremely easy. Just keep, just keep shooting at him right there, and he's dead. There'll be a second version of this boss coming out here, and he's even easier because there's no projectiles or anything that come out to try to get you on the screen. You just stay pretty much in the same position you just were to kill the his first version, and you're good. The only thing is this guy will come out around you, and kind of a mild irritation, just keeps you from moving around too much, and also blocks your shots if this guy's projectiles start coming at you. And you see, pretty easy. Level 7 here is also pretty easy as long as you have the right weapon, and we'll kind of get to that here in a minute. Only thing I would say about these, about this section, is just watch the respawning guys that come in there. You can get an unlucky hit and they'll come right behind you. Just make sure you're vigilant hitting them. As you can kind of see here, just keep plugging away at them every time you keep going down. Don't worry about getting those items unless you don't have anything. I think the first one's laser and the other one may be like machine gun and rapid fire. So, if you don't need them, don't worry about them. Alright, we're to the second section here with the obvious alien ripoff. First couple ones you might play it safe by doing that. Otherwise, as long as you have spread and you got like rapid fire, or you got a really fast finger here, you can just pretty much drop down and lay right into these things and take them out extremely fast, just like I did that one. And as you get further along, you're pretty much gonna have to do that. That was the first section we have There's alien pods right on top of you. Definitely want to take them out as fast as you can, because sometimes you get an unlucky break when those aliens come out of there, where they'll jump at fairly far distances. So if you're not paying attention, they will get you. All right, here's the boss. This one's pretty easy. Once you destroy the middle chest projectile, you can pretty much get in the middle and keep shooting, and avoid the little red things that come out here, and the purple ones will kind of take care of themselves, so not that hard to mess with. In case any of you are wondering too, I did not use a turbo controller in this game. It's really not necessary, and probably not a good idea, because a lot of this you want to be able to time your shots correctly, so using a turbo gives it a little bit unpredictable. So now we're on to the last stage here. 11 lives. I don't know if that's good or bad. Now this is one of those levels where memorizing where the stuff is, or the secret spots or the jumps, is extremely important. I've gotten to this level many a times and lost, all of my lives, and or continues. It can be quite difficult, especially if you don't have the right weapon. You really want to have spread going into the first half section of these. As you get along, you'll want to change your weapon in, but I'll show you that here in a minute. Coming up here is a fairly difficult jump as far as timing goes. You can keep walking to the right, and then you have to precisely jump up and to the left to get on the next platform to dodge that one guy right there. He does it twice. If you miss those jumps, either the guys behind you will get you, or the projectile on the floor, or the monster projectile there will get you. And they have a little bit of different timing than the other stationary turret guns down there, where they fire extremely early and fast, 2 shots. So make sure you're paying attention so you can avoid those. Here's the section right there we just passed up, where you want to use fire. You want to use fire mainly because if you shoot into the ceiling, or whenever fire hits on here, it explodes a little more, so it will basically kill things around the target that it shoots at, which is important here in a minute, because there's going to be these, I don't know what they're, fucking evil bubbles, I don't know, that will appear there, and you can't shoot them with a regular gun. But with the fire gun, if you need to shoot through the ceiling, the extra explosion distance will take those out without them getting too close to you. You can also do a quick run on this section to not have to stop and wait like I'm doing. When you jump there, you basically kind of like hover in the air a little bit. So you can make some of the smaller gaps, but the bigger gaps require you to be extremely precise. So again, I wasn't trying to do that. Only thing I can say here is keep shooting or do lead shots, because otherwise these aliens, you're not really sure randomly where they're going to be. And if, like that one, if I hadn't been shooting before I jumped, it may have been a problem here. Coming up to the end already. It's kind of a short game. This is without a doubt one of the easiest bosses I've ever faced. Doesn't matter if you have just the regular rifle gun, or whatever that's called, or spread gun, or laser, or whatever. This is extremely easy. This fire is probably the best one to have here. So if you just want to play it easy, you can stay where I'm at, moving forward and shooting at him like that. If you were going to get a little more daring, you can go right up to his face, basically standing like on her nose, and fire straight into him and kill him before you can get to any shots off. But that would be like a speedrun technique. But that's it. That was quick. I thought it was going to be lasting a lot longer, but there it is right there. This is kind of a little bit of redemption for my episode, like I was saying earlier, my episode 2 Contra run, where I lost 3 lives getting through the game, no continues used. This game, as you can tell already, it is a no-death run, which I'm very happy that I took the time to do this time around. And that was by request of Benevolent Dick NES. I asked him the other day what kind of run I should do, and he said a no-death run. So hey, I fill requests sometimes. So I'm happy to have this one up here on Beat This Game Today. It is an excellent game. If you've never played Super C or Contra, I suggest you go back and either get them or rebuy them, I guess, if you had them at one point, but definitely worth it. And as always, if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them below. If you want to like the video, you want to subscribe, add it to your favorites, or you have any suggestions for me to play next time, go ahead and leave them in that comment section below.